Has anyone noticed that everything in life is fake? Totally 100% made up. For what? Hi, Nala. I say entertainment purposes, to distract us, maybe. If you know, you know. There are such bigger things happening in the world, and everything that we've been doing, everything that we've been taught, it's just to keep us hypnotized, to keep us living in the matrix. And do you know what else? Even if you did open your mind and look how everything is basically a big scam, we're being lied to every single day. I'm not just talking about the government. That's a big part of it, but it's beyond that. Even if we realize, hey, it's the government doing so much of this stuff and it's all fake, it's all keeping us distracted, and we see what's really going on. I mean, I'm not getting into it, but just look at what happened with Diddy. So much came out, and we all thought we knew at least a rough idea of who was good and who was like total bullshit. Now what? Now what do we think? We don't know what to think because we've been being lied to for years. And then once we see what's going on and open our minds to that, that still isn't even like waking us up, because we're still thinking that now that we know the truth, when we really don't, let's be real, we're still not aware of what life is about. There is something even bigger than government conspiracies. That is the least of our troubles right now. And I'm going to get into that and tell you exactly what it is you're missing. Welcome to the Radiant Sign. My name is Kendra. I'm a spiritual life coach, and I help my clients get through the blocks in their lives to get to their ultimate success. And today I am spilling the tea on what exactly it is that we need in life. And it could be just as simple as saying awareness, but awareness to what? Some of us are starting to wake up and we're seeing that our government and everyone in the 1% has been lying to us, which we all kind of already knew, but it's just so much more than what we could have ever imagined. But even with waking up to that, that still isn't waking up, because that's still inside the matrix. That's within everything that is happening. It's still part of the game. Our life is not meant to be surrounded by that bullshit. So yeah, it can be huge to some people, shell-shocking, to find out that people that we used to look up to as kids are or have been lying to us, and now we don't even know what to think. Well, how about stop thinking about all of that? It can keep you busy, but that's still keeping you locked in. Even if you're aware, but you're still doing your 9 to 5. And I mean, how does it make sense working 5 days to get 2 to yourself, working 50, 60 years to get 10, 15? Maybe. That's just like the average. And mind you, to get an average, it goes up and it also goes down. So you could be spending even more of your life working than enjoying it than what's average. If you could sit outside and look around at the trees, there's some, you can't really see it here. Well, despite this one corner of my property, there is some lovely foliage where I am. So looking at the foliage, taking in the cool breeze, what is life? Is life politics? Is life celebrities? Is life a 9 to 5? Is life trying to, go through, like, say, I feel like a lot of people think like this. They first get stuck in the traditional way to live, right? So you're going to the 9 to 5 and you're doing everything to a T. You go through school, you go through college, maybe you go on to be a doctor or something, a lawyer, dentist. teacher, something practical, right? So you think you're doing really good. You think you're really winning at life because when you look on paper, it looks really good. But then you start to feel that something's missing. Stuff stops adding up. You then begin to realize that you've been being lied to by the society that's been telling you to do all these things and you'll be good. But then they backstab you. You see that everything's been a lie, everything's been fake. I mean, how long did we go thinking wrestling was real? How long did we go thinking that the vitamin B12 is actually an organic vitamin that is put in our stuff? There is a natural form of it, and then there's not. If you look on the box of Honey Nut Cheerios, B12 is there. If you look up online, is B12 in Cheerios methylcobalamin or cyanocobalamin? It will tell you cyanocobalamin. Cyanocobalamin is a synthetic form. Most of what we consume is synthetically made. They just don't have to put it on any of the labels. So once you start waking up to all of this, and trust me, the list does go on, then you start to question your life. Start to think, is there more? It's such a big world. There's so much to see. But when you see so many people traveling, living out their dreams, how to find that much happiness, peace, tranquility in life? How are they okay with everything that's going on? And it's because they found out that when you wake up and realize you've been being lied to, it goes further than that, because you can know that you're being lied to and still live in this made-up society that they created for us. When we first came to this earth, we didn't have this stuff. This isn't natural. It's not normal. We just made it to be like that. And when I say we, I don't mean me and you. It's everyone that came before us, everyone that's higher than us. They're living the good life. They're in the money. They don't have to worry about anything. They don't have to struggle. So now everyone else is struggling, not even knowing what life could be like. We just think this is normal because it's what we've always known. It's not normal. We should be able to travel. We should be able to feel happy every day. We shouldn't be feeling so depressed and anxious all the time. That's not normal. So, what was everything before a corrupt government? What was it before ancient civilizations? Because even then, you have the hierarchy and you have peasants. What was this world supposed to be like? So when we come down, see, we're souls living a human experience. I believe that it's just a bit of a soul, our soul, that's in our human body. And the rest of our soul is our higher self. And once we die here, our soul just slingshots back up there. So if this is true, and this is just one big simulation that we're in, I believe it's to help us on our path spiritually to grow more, because this isn't an easy game to play. And we're choosing to come down here for a reason, whether that's to help us grow or to relearn how important it is to help thy neighbor. So if we are that magnificent, then there's got to be something more to life than working a 9-to-5. And once you start to peel back the layers on that thought, get a little deeper, you really see that not only is everything that we've grown up knowing basically fake, the government's fake, the whole world as we know it is fake. Look at the nature of things. when you start to look at things that are here naturally, things that come organically, you start to live life differently. Even if you don't believe it, you don't really have to. I mean, believing will get you everywhere you want to be. But in the moment, you don't have to. Fake it till you make it. That is true. But how is it true? Well, let me tell you. So if what we say affects our brain and our little emotions, then we realize our words are very, very powerful. So if we said to someone, you suck, or you're annoying, our brain doesn't know the difference. Like, even when I say that in videos, it makes me feel sad. Like, I really, because I've become conscious to how I really feel when I say those things. But for educational purposes, when you say those things, your brain doesn't know the difference. It doesn't know that you're not talking to yourself. It's going to hear the words. It's going to recognize the meaning. It's going to trigger the emotion that comes with that meaning. And it's going to make you feel it. So if we started saying positive things, even if we didn't believe it, saying, wow, I'm awesome, or today's a great day, even if it's not, even if you don't believe it's true, by saying it, your brain doesn't know the difference. So it's going to think you're amazing. It's going to think that you are, in the best moment of your life, even if you're not. It's going to think, wow, you were really good at that card game, even though you probably lost 7 times. It doesn't know. So literally fake it until you make it, because when you start doing things over and over and over and over again, it starts to become a habit. And then you just start doing it without even realizing that you're doing it. And the next thing you know, you're starting to feel better. You're not feeling as depressed. You're starting to see more beauty in the world because you're not living in the darkness. You're not keeping yourself there. You're able to expand and see more. I used to be so depressed. And we have a dark and light side to us. And the key is finding the balance. You're not going to pull fully out of the darkness, because if you do, that's suppression. We don't want depression, but we don't want suppression. It's going to come back up sooner or later. Just know what you are experiencing in life. Whether you're stuck in the matrix and viewing it, or you're in your spiritual awakening and you're viewing it, everything is made up for us to learn from it. It's to help us grow as a person. It's to help us realize how important it is to keep helping other people, even if we don't feel like it. Even if we feel like we need the help, because that's how we're going to get the help. If we keep helping other people, that is going to help us. What you put out, you get back. It also, when you balance the dark and the light, you need to balance the giving and receiving. And it may get out of balance from time to time, but just even it out as you go, and it'll be up, down, but the average is pretty constant. And because everything is made up, you get to choose what your life looks like. So let's use a little scenario. Say you have an individual and they're in that party phase of life. They're going out to the club with their friends or the bar. They're getting drunk. They're having the time of their life. And then they start getting all these comments from people, whether it be their parents, their siblings, their friends, whoever. And they keep putting them down, knocking them down, saying like, dude, you gotta stop drinking so much. Like, I don't know, that was like too much. Or you're going out again. Like, dude, you should probably slow down. Like, that's not healthy. That's not good. Or if they say like, you're not the same person when you drink. But you can say that stuff to people and plant the seed, But you can't change people with your words. You can't. It's nothing that anything can do from the outside. A change is something that has to happen internally, and then will be a change outwards. So imagine now being this person that drinks and goes out to parties, and they're hearing all this stuff. But when you're having what you think is a time of your life, you're not going to listen to jack shit. Because you're going to drink, and you're going to feel good. You're going to feel groovy, and you're going to be with other people at that party that agree with you about drinking. They're going to be drinking with you. They're going to be on that same frequency as you, feeling that same vibe, and they're not going to see anything wrong with it. They're going to say, YOLO. Hope I never say that again. Oh my God. Anyways. That's what you're going to see. You're going to find ways to validate the fact that what you're doing is good for you. You know that saying, came here for a good time, not a long time? Dude, that's literally what it will be. And everyone on the outside knows it. They try to tell you, but you think it's annoying. Your life looks fine. So what if you go out? You still have a job, you still have relationships or whatever. You're fine. You're stable financially, on paper. You look good. So what? And then time goes by. Nothing changes. Except you on the outside. You might not be seeing any problem. You're drowning everything in alcohol. May not feel any problem. When you do, you drink alcohol. You might not realize that change is occurring because you're drunk. But then maybe summertime rolls around one year, and you look in the mirror, and boy, oh boy, you have a belly now. And I'm not saying that this is bad. But imagine being that person, say they were fit before. You know, coming out of high school, maybe they played sports, they were fit, they were looking good. Now, 10 years later, drinking, partying, not changing habits. Now, you're starting to let go of yourself. You had a six-pack, you got a belly now. You had nice muscles to show off to girls, you wear long sleeves now. And also, like, not saying that any of this is important, just for the example. And say this person finally realizes what has been happening to their body with all this drinking and suppression. They see, this isn't me. This isn't how I want to live my life. This isn't how I want to look. I'm not happy with how I look. I'm not happy with how I feel. I'm not happy with where I am in life. I should be further along. They realize that time is ticking. They just wasted 10 years. And now begins the change that everyone's been screaming at them for. Because they decided that they are now unhappy. And now they want to change it. They want to go back. You can't go back, though. You can recognize something. You can change something about it. But you need to keep looking at the future. You might want something that was in your past, but now you need to see it in your future. You need to believe that it's possible to have again. Yeah, you fake it till you make it. But believing is actually huge. Once you get to a position where you can really think about things and plan it out and have a vision for yourself X years down the road, X days down the road, is once you believe, that's where you're gonna go. If you believe life sucks and that's just how it is, that's what your life is going to be. But if you believe that you have a gift to share with the world and you work day and night to do just that, you're going to get incredible results. Your life is going to change drastically because you believed in yourself. Don't believe what you've been trained to believe. That's not your beliefs. Those originated decades ago, centuries ago. I don't know what it is for 1,000 years, but you get my point. And I know if you're scrolling on TikTok and you're seeing all the conspiracy stuff, the government, celebrities, whatever, it might seem annoying. It might seem everyone's lying. You can't trust anyone, so why even bother thinking about it? That's just like trying to poke at you to get you to open your mind a little bit. Maybe start asking, why am I being shown this? Oh, algorithm. But really, why? Look at life in a new lens. Just pull out a little bit. Really view things from a bigger perspective. Why are you being shown that stuff? It's not just to show you that people are lying to you. It's to show you that those lies have created the life that you're living. And a lot of people, they don't even see this until they're 40, 50, 60, 70. And they're looking back, they're like, holy shit, I just gave my entire life away to the big man, giving them all the money. What did I get for it? I barely got, we barely get anything to retire with. You kidding me? We're supposed to really live our lives with very little money, achy joints, and freaking gout or something? How? If you are aware to the fact that the day-to-day life that we're living is total made-up bullshit, then you are very close to realizing that literally everything is made up. But the bullshit part, that's what you get to choose. You can choose to believe everything you've been taught from the day you were born. Keep doing what you're doing because it looks good on paper. It's comfortable. It's normal. You can stay there. No one's telling you that you don't have to. You can ignore this video entirely. Or you can choose to believe that life is literally what you make it and say, you know what, I don't want to look at that bullshit. I'm on my own path. And people will argue, yeah, but even if you ignore it, that stuff isn't going anywhere. But your reality changes every single moment. Every single moment, you're in a new reality. You're a new you. You get to decide what to do differently. This topic can go in so many different situations. And I bet you that when you first opened this video and I started saying that everything is fake, starting with the government, celebrities, Diddy, I bet you thought that I was going to be a conspiracy theorist. And I'm sure it still sounds like that to a lot of you. But really, what I am is awake. And what I'm doing is trying to plant the seed to everyone who doesn't know that there's way more to life beyond what's happening in Hollywood, beyond what is happening in the government, beyond what the FBI and stuff is doing, beyond all of that. It's what we feel. And if you didn't need to know this, you wouldn't be watching the video. And I do believe that. We are shown things in divine timing. So if you've been going down rabbit holes and you've been questioning everything, that was me at one point. I had no idea what to believe anymore. And then I found spirituality. Something that was always knocking at my door, but also something that I always ignored because it was seen as being too out there, different, not normal. Let it in. Open the door. Leave the matrix. Start believing in unlimited possibilities. Start believing in yourself. Stop believing what everyone is telling you to do. Find the belief within you. That's where it starts. I hope this video helped. I hope that your journey is filled with adventure and challenges. You might be wondering, why would you ever wish that for me? That's where growth comes from. And once you really see that in every single challenge that you get, you'll think that they're just as beautiful. So I hope you have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.